So I found where the Asmongold hate was coming from, and Asmon admitting he hasn't played God of War since 2005. So, off the cuff, thank you, official Papa Gut, for sharing this because this sheds a light on what I saw a half an hour ago, or like an hour ago, from just me starting the stream because I wanted the app. Um, but this is wild. Asmongold says, I mean, God of War in essence is a guy's game. Bayonetta, or as far as I was aware of, was a guy's game. Is it a shooter? Guy's game. Is it a racing game? Guy's game. Is it a fighting game? Guy's game. Is it about war? Guy's game. World of Warcraft? Guy's game. Is it about an angry man? Guy's game. Master Chief? Guy's game. Fist in the North Star? Guy game. Right? But also, Asmongold, like many of us, can be wrong. Let's just see the full clip and Papa Gut's opinion.
Guy game, it's made for guys. Kratos is the peak masculine male character, and the people that are playing it are overwhelming.
YouTube. Asmongold accidentally admits he never played God of War as anti-woke tears stream down his face.
Men. If you swap it over to being a middle-aged suburban mom who has a magic sword that she can talk to and she can cast magic spells with her hands, nobody gives a shit about it.
I mean, again, if no one gives a shit about it, usually that's you're not wrong. If you're talking about the average woman in a suburban neighborhood who has a talking sword, who has a talking cube, companions that looks like something out of Disney, that's fair. But that is a disservice on the character that is LaFay. She went like we talked about earlier. She went toe to toe with the God of Thunder, Thor. Kratos lost to Thor, and out of pity and out of pure spite, Thor said, "You are not done yet," and resuscitated Kratos when he was on the verge of death. You don't even get a chance to fulfill the QTE of him dying because Thor was so petty. Kratos fought at a standstill with this woman. How do you not? It's crazy that Asmongold is very good at rage baiting people for the engagement.
Kratos' story right now is done. It's over with. There's nothing really else to tell.
Yeah, because there is technically more things to tell, because when I look at God of War, I look at I haven't played God of War 4 yet, God of War Ragnarok yet, but I should be able to play it on the PlayStation 4. I don't have the 5 yet. That's a lot of money. Point being is that at the end of God of War Ragnarok, he sees a mural and he sees a future to where he gets what he's always wanted. He wants to be forgiven. He wants to be relieved of the thoughts from when he was forced to kill Calliope and his first wife. He has carried that anger at himself for the past 20 years. And he wants to just be forgiven. And through that, I think, get praised. Because let me see if I can't find it. YouTube. Let's check it out. First one on. Let's one on. Ragnarok. Okay, sure. All cutscenes. Okay, let's see. So I can find it. Okay, cool. Let's see. So let's look at this, because this is extremely important, because there is one more story to tell, to where, let me see if I can mute this. So this is what they find at the end of the game, and Wtphu knew their fate. Wait, what? Because you see here, there's a, apparently, I even don't even know why. I don't know why Atreus didn't even go behind it. I wonder if, so there's the thing. There is Atreus looking back at Kratos. I wonder if Atreus, makes me almost wonder if Atreus knew, and if she knew. Because he, by himself, discovers a backside to those murals, which depicts, which for whatever reason, Faye knew of him coming from Greece, coming to what would now be called Greenland, and then this is where his story officially ends. This is where Faye saw him at the end of his story. Praised, forgiven. He wants this. He wants this so much. Hold on. Let me see if I can like bring up the volume on this. Like, there's a point to his story at the end too. Hold on, let me just maximize it. This is where his story is at the end of God of War. He finds a thing about him. He is covered in praise, covered in glow. He looks forgiven. He is praise of the God that he is. And he's so relieved that Faye saw this for him. And then he has to cut it short because she's here. And him here.
There, brother. Well,
A path, yep.
one I never imagined.
He never he never believed that he would have been forgiven.
And what now?
There is much to do.
There's definitely much to do, right? Because he never saw himself getting to a point of being forgiven, getting to a point of being like seen as worthy. And that's the story. Like, that is the last story that we can see of Kratos once the writers develop it, right? That's my understanding.
He's gone through both of his arcs. His original arc where he's basically an angsty teenager, which is cool because I identified with that when I was younger. You know, big boobs and shit and violence and blood. I'm playing God of War 3 right now. Gameplay-wise, probably the best of the original series. And then you got like a really good, story of maturation where he becomes a father and he tries to, limit his anger and teach his son based on his reckless past. And like, there's a lot of productive. But what else can you tell? If any,
you can tell about how you can tell the story about him in that mural, because we don't know what leads to him being praised like a worthy god.
Oh, hey, buddy. They gave us our food
God
stamps.
damn it.
anything, I would have said move on to Atreus. Make him an adult, give him mommy's axe, but make him split into multiple axes so he can throw him. That'd be sick. And then come back to him with the bow. It's just cringe. Make the remakes, make it so that he has to, make an emotional journey. Do a little bit more than just like,
Yeah, because at that point, would you be upset if the God of War franchise followed Atreus? But no, we got, instead of Atreus, years into the future, we get Wtphu, who was at a standstill with Thor, that also Thor technically killed and defeated Kratos. And like, you have to remember that Kratos was defeated by Thor and was resuscitated by Thor just to throw salt into the wound. And Wtphu was at a standstill.
we remade the old games to make them, update a little better. Do some dope where Kratos has to choose whether he wants to change the past and save his daughter or keep the past the same so he can meet his son. But like, what else is there to tell, dude? And they decided to go in this direction. As long as the story's good, I don't give a They're trying to expand the universe. Everybody does this. It makes sense to do it this way. I don't want to see another game where you play as Kratos for no reason. It's boring.
You can make fun of it all you want, you can do whatever you want, but at the end of the day, I want to be catered to.
A few moments.
Like, every person wants to be catered to. That is the ultimate dream.
Later.
Who's this? No, I haven't played God of War since God of War 1.
He has not played the game since that is the face of everybody. Like, again. Why? Again, Asmongold is very good at marketing. He's very good at rage baiting people as well, because he understands the algorithm to where if he gets enough people angry at him, they're going to make content about him. And if they make content about him, he can make content about the content that's about him. He knows how to do that. Because I cannot also believe it's true that he actually has never played it since God of War 1.
This guy's been going on about how he's a big God of War guy. He hasn't played God of War since God of War 1. Why the f*** is this guy complaining if he hasn't played God of War since 2006?
My understanding is that I don't know the insecurities of Asmund. I don't know. Most people do, unless you're within his circle of friends. Nobody properly knows his insecurities. But I also don't think he's ever played. I don't think he's ever I don't know if he's ever finished a game where the female lead was like strong. But also, like, if you never continued the storyline of Kratos to where he was an angry man because he was tricked by the god of Ares the god of War Ares to kill his family. And then if you didn't see him in the second game where he's revenging against Zeus for tricking him and killing him, and then he's properly killing him in 3, but then gets traumatized by Pandora, which is like the girl of Pandora's box. He gets traumatized by the death of another girl that he almost adopts, basically.
He's f***ing ulting the whole time. Oh, dude, I'm insane right now. I played every single God of War game. Bro, I have a playthrough of the God of War mobile game. This guy's just like sitting here talking about how he's like, oh my god, guys, I'm the target audience. You haven't even played the f***ing games, loser.
Yeah, because, like, again, if you if you are the target audience, you know what? Maybe I do want to watch the full video of Papa Gut. But otherwise, Papa Gut, follow him. I did. I liked it. It looks really good. But again, it's incredibly crazy to think that Mr. Asmongold here, the Roach King, is preaching along with others about how they don't want a female lead they don't want a female character leading God of War, when she has her own accomplishments to enjoy. And the fact that, again, like I said, it's funny to where I know why he's making all these statements, because he's farming the engagement. He's farming people who will talk about him. He's gonna then make content about the people who's farmed him, like he's done with Hassan Piker. I don't know if he will ever play the other God of War games, because I actually don't even know if you can play God of War 2. I don't know if you can play God of War 3. You can play the 3 on the PlayStation, but I don't know how else you can play the other titles without going to GameStop or getting a used copy. I do not know.
It's a guy game.
I mean, a guy game's made for guys. That's the same kind of argument when it comes to what is it? What's the game? Leisure Suit Larry as a guy's game. Okay? Playboy Mansion is a guy's game. I don't know what to tell you, boss. But yeah, that's definitely one of the things that had me on that train of just putting it in my feed. Anyways, there's another thing too. Again, Joseph YR. Again, let's see. It's hilarious to me how unbelievably stupid this anti-woke culture actually is in regards to the game like God of War, because people like Asmund directly contradicts their arguments. Direct shout out to Papa Gut for their video on this. Hey! Again, people make content because they react to each other. To where I just reacted to a clip of Papa Gut. Man, you talk about Papa Gut, I talked about Papa Gut. It's pretty sick. But it's incredibly crazy to where I just watched a video about Pop. Anyways, it's incredibly crazy to think that Asmongold fights so hard to make a point about God of War, but it would strengthen. I think to give him the benefit of the doubt, if Asmund actually plays more God of War games for his channel, he'd actually be able to make a better opinion. Otherwise, he only ever has God of War 1 to make an opinion on, because he's also incredibly busy making political content. He's incredibly busy. He just finished Resident Evil 4, I think. Anyways. Hold on.
Kratos is the peak masculine male character, and the people that are playing it are overwhelmingly male.
I have zero respect.
I mean, it's not overwhelmed. It is a huge percentage of men playing God of War. But there are also women that enjoy that too, especially women have the capacity to enjoy this game too.
For Asmongold at the best of times, but this is just laughably embarrassing. I say this as someone who has platinum trophies for almost every God of War game.
Okay, so you almost all of the God of War games. Again, I don't know. I could fire up my PlayStation at some point and see if you could actually play the other God of War games.
There is, you can even check my name on PS Trophies if you like, and has played God of War since it first came out on the PS2, and simultaneously is someone who is gayer than the day is long. I am exactly the kind of person that people on this knob's line of mental gymnastics thinks God of War does not appeal to.
I mean, God of War appeals to a man. He is a lovely man. I would agree that following a guy with boulder shoulder for days is fun to be around, especially, and to live cathartically through a guy who uses his anger so you don't have to. There's a certain beauty of playing a game of a guy who's expressing his stress relief onto the skulls of other people is a little bit cathartic.
Asmongold, the role model for the anti-woke crowd that claims he wants to be catered to as a straight white man in his disdain for God of War Wtphu, which looks amazing, by the way.
Again, it's an amazing game. It's the same reason why I got attracted to Lollipop Chainsaw. I got attracted to Bayonetta. I like the idea of playing a Metroid game again. I'm thinking about playing. I've played both Aloy games. I want to play more Clair Obscure. I want to play Baldur's Gate 3, specifically for Karlach and maybe Shadowheart. There's a lot of games with female leads that are incredibly strong, who will fold me like paper. It would be a good time.
Has openly stated that he hasn't played any God of War game since 2005. Big shout outs to Papa Gut for his video on this because it literally made me laugh out loud and is what I'm stitching this video out of. You ate that.
At the end of the day, I want to be catered to.
A few moments later.
Who's this? You know, I haven't played God of War since God of War 1.
What do you mean? Oh yeah, that's right, because he says, again, this game is a continuation of the storyline from God of War 18. The whole point of this game is to be a continuation of God of War 18, and yet, again, I understand to where if you didn't want to play this game because it's not the same of God of War that you started, I understand that. If you said that you stopped playing God of War after God of War 3 because that is the storyline that you want to have only, sure. But also, I know this is a marketing tactic to like farm people like this, because you doing things like this is the reasons why that other content are being made. You say the most outlandish things to have people make content about it, and then you react to the people who's made content about you. Although oftentimes it's been you reacting to Hassan, who is complaining about you, and then you it's crazy.
If you're going to get on a soapbox and exclaim about how outraged you are about something, you could at least be engaged with the thing you claim to be outraged by. People claim that we as woke people create problems out of nothing, and yet here you are crying about a game you had no interest in playing in the first place.
I mean, you could be interested in it. You have an opportunity, but the opportunity is very low. It is a very low opportunity.
So as my queer as hell self, my queer self that's actually played the God of War games and is excited by the new Wtphu game, and also isn't trying to relate to big muscle masculine men, quite frankly, neither should you be, look at you. Let me tell you, if that is your role model, that's your pariah for standing against the woke crowd, I gotta tell ya, we ain't got nothing to worry about, because you can't even stand with your own arguments, let alone stand against ours. Morons. Absolute morons.
It's a guy.
Yeah, that's essentially like what got me down the rabbit hole of like, where does Asmund stand on this? Because Papa Gut was the first thing I saw, and then there's Joseph that's talking about Papa Gut, that's talking about Asmongold. It is a circular system within YouTube and in social media of us talking about the biggest people, right? It's incredibly wild. He has some hot takes. He has some bad takes. But in between the mess, there are nuggets that are interesting to look at. And then this is an instance to where I ask myself, he did this on purpose. And I want to know partially how this fire burns. Because he put himself in this hole. he knows that he put himself in this hole, and I don't think he cares because he knows that people will make content about him, much like how other people has before. But I don't know. That's follow Papa Gut, follow Joseph YR. That is the ecosystem of the internet, I suppose.